You've tuned in to the Top 10 Gardener with garden expert Ken Lain. Join him daily as he answers timely garden questions that are sure to make a difference in your gardens. Now welcome your host, Ken Lain.
So if you are new to gardening and you're not used to four-season climate, so mainly it's a desert climate, or you're just from tropical Hawaii kind of stuff. This is a four-season climate. And so we'll actually have seasonal changes at the garden center of the product mix, the plants that are grown. You won't find some plants in fall that are there in spring, and vice versa. The summer plants are not here in winter. So we're now starting to get that very distinctive fall or autumn mix. And so lots of maples and the great aspen golds, the oranges, the purples. What a four-season climate is famous for, along with all the grasses. The grasses look their best. This is the huge pampas grass. I'm not talking lawns. I'm talking about ornamental, decorative grasses. And so we've been selling the summer one. So bear grass, you folks, bears like lions and tigers, and bear grass. We've had that one all along. It's been in bloom since summer. It's a summer bloomer. But all the fall blooming plants, shrubs are here too. So the grasses, so switchgrass, fountain grass, Mexican feather grass, pampas grass, coral forester grass, all the grasses, they look their best this time. And this is when you plant them. So this is kind of the peak window. This is one of the best times to plant a shade tree or an evergreen. We just got some beautiful, just as pretty as I've ever seen. I've been doing this for decades. Of pine trees, Austrian pines. Oh, they're full, they're chubby, they're tall. They're just beautiful, and they like to be planted now. So there's a seasonal change. There's crop rotations. The perennial flowers, they actually are bigger. They're bolder. Yeah, we had some echinaceas in the spring, but they were kind of wispy and thin and barely coming out of the bucket, and they hardly had a flower. Now they're standing 2 feet tall, covered in dozens of flowers, and they almost glow. They're just so beautiful. And there's a whole lot more. So you'll see this ebb and flow of the different plants. That's why if you're new to gardening, you want to visit a garden center more than just in the spring, because what you'll get is the spring mix, and you'll miss out on the summer, fall, and winter mixes. So it's kind of good to see the new things coming in. And then those things, they're not going to be there. I have to guess how many I think we're going to sell in that block of window. And when we're out, because it took 2 years to grow some of these grasses. So I had to plan in 2022 to guess how many of these things we might want. We might want that now. Trees the same way, perennials. So some of these things some crops really fast. Annuals, they take 6 weeks. They're easy. That's why box stores, they mainly focus on annuals. It's a quick rotation, but perennials take at least a 2-year commitment when you're growing those. And so you'll see this different product mix. We show these things off every Saturday. If you're interested, we have free garden classes every Saturday at 9:30. They go through October. Then we take a little break, then come back at it with the pruning session, the winter mix in January. So I basically need a break in November and December. So it's for me, not for you. So we'll have garden classes every Saturday here at Waters Garden Center at 9:30. Kind of hang out. There'll be 30, 40 people at a class, another 30 or 50 watching it online. So they're an hour long. Please join us. You're hanging out with other gardeners, which is kind of fun. Other than that, throughout the week, Lisa and I, we camp out here at Waters Garden Center, and we do really enjoy talking plants with local gardeners. Come visit. Yavapai County is a place of families, healing, and giving back. And that's why service clubs like Rotary does so much good in our community, and you can get involved.
Rotary is partnering with Prescott Schools, Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, Bradshaw Mountain Interact Leadership Club, and more. Each helps students up their skills, graduate on time, and become stronger citizens.
That's a lot. Rotary is hosting a Grapes for Good garden party with fine wines, fine food from El Gato Azul, and raising money to scholarship this year's Kids in Need.
Join us. Our sponsors covered all the costs, so your donations go 100% for the good.
The party is in the gardens here at Waters Garden Center. The tickets sold online at PrescottFrontierRotary.com or in person at Waters Garden Center. Join us.
If you want a more fruitful garden, increased success in landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Top 10 Garden Podcast. Years of tips, tricks, and garden shortcuts are guaranteed to make your gardens nicer than ever. Listen to this podcast or read Ken's weekly garden column by visiting watersgardencenter.com. That's Waters with 2 T's, gardencenter.com. Thanks for tuning in.